back to my channel, and this is take number 2 because I got my whole video done and then I looked at it and I realized that I had cut everything off, half cut. So I'm going to redo it. So I have my scrap stash and my mayhem all ready to go. This is some tissue paper we're going to need. We're going to need a sanding block, a cutting knife, tape. Of course, we always need those guys. I'm going to put those over here, and some scraps. These here are the Tim Holtz photos, snapshots I think it's called. And these I've had forever and I've never used them. So I thought, time to start using them. And of course we're working with Bookpages. So I have Bookpage. This one I've glued together. So it's 2 together to make this. And then this here, I found a bunch of paper that I had printed. I don't know where this comes from. If you're watching and it's yours, please let me know so that I can give you credit in the description anyways. I've had it for quite a while. So that's me and my old age. And so what we're making today is we're using a page, a digital page, because that's part of my stash. And of course our book page and one of these old photos. And this is the one that I originally made, and then this is the one that I made that I had to redo. So let's redo, shall we? Basically, what these do is they are full page. When you have, if you haven't printed double-sided on your pages to go into your journal, you end up with a white page, and so this just goes right over top. And voila, you don't have a white page no more. And you have a beautiful page. So that's what we're doing today. And I set my timer. Amazing, wouldn't you say? So let's pitter patter and let's get at her. So we're going to do the book page first. And so I'm just going to, because I like the torn edge, I'm just going to tear around to create that look that I like. If you don't like to tear, you want to cut, go ahead and cut. Do it however you like. You want it, for me, I want it to be these plain edges out. I want just the print. And I did not look to see what my writing on my page says first. So if I just do a quick little look, it looks to be okay. Now, one thing that we can do, is why I said the tape, is we can take and make our age tape. Hopefully I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. Okay, good, good. So we can make our age tape, and I do that by just going, and if there's a word that you don't like, rip it off. And it doesn't, then you can't see it no more. And I'm just going to put that there. And let's do another one. Just because I like the look. And then once I have that done, we're just going to okay, and I should put this over here more. Let's get that. There we go. There we go. Okay. And this here, what I'm using, I originally thought of this for a paint tray. I bought some notepads that came in here, and I saved these. And they work really nicely for many different things, and that's why I thought I would keep them. And then I take my alcohol ink and I just take and spread a little bit And if you do it before it dries, then you can smear it. And if you put too much on, you can do that, kind of splat it down, and then you get kind of that dotty look there, which I like that look, like so. There. We'll let those dry. They take almost very little time to dry. So that's what I do with that, and then I've gotten rid of any words that I thought might not go very well. And because I don't want to waste it, well, let's... Why not? Don't want to waste it. I didn't think there was that much in there. Wow. Okay. There. Brush is clean. Perfect. Okay, so then I had, on my first round, I had a stencil here. There it is. Well, we'll use this one. Oh, let's use this one. We'll use different. We'll use this one. Now, I like to take and just decorate this up a little bit before I do all the other stuff to it. I see where my stencil is now. I'm going to get that out of the way. We no longer need that. There we go. Oh, that didn't come up very well on top there, did it? Oh, that's all right. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just giving it some color, basically, is what we're doing. And maybe... There, close enough. Maybe we'll put one more leaf in here. Let's do that. You're not going to see most of it anyways. And because I have ink on here, let's put a little bit of ink of the green. This is sage green. Okay, so we'll take that. And then I have a vintage photo. And I'm going to just take and do a little bit of just give it a little life. There we go. Okay. Now I have got this old stuff and I don't like it because I've never been able to get a full piece off of it. It always rips off in pieces. And as you can see in the last video, I actually got it to rip off in whole, so as one whole piece. So let's see if we can do it again. I have used so much of this and could not get a full piece. And now it is finally coming as a full piece. That was me using at least half of having to rip and try to get it. Oh, it was terrible. So I'm just going to do that. I don't want a full piece of this, but I want some. And I'm just going to kind of in here. Maybe we'll put the butterfly in here. There we go. Are we at pink? We're at pink. Let's get a little pink in there. I cannot believe that this is finally working. Oh, I guess you know, there's a good example. A good example of persistence, and I see what I did. I should have left this to be a little. There we go. persistence pays off. That's what I was going to say. Persistence pays off. And we're just going to stick this here. And I bet you I'm off screen again. Yeah. All right. And maybe we'll just put that across there like that. It doesn't much matter. It doesn't much matter. Okay. So now, because I've got this, what I would normally have done is I would have taken this and I would have gone across here like this just to kind of give it a little more aging, but because I have that other thing and this stuff in there, I don't need to do that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and my ruler, and we'll get that out of the way. And I'm going to line these up like this. And this is where you can decide on whether or not how many pockets you want to make in here. And I will say I am going to do 1 because that's what I did on all of them. So I'm doing 1. And you want to make sure, number 1, whatever you're going to stick in there, if you have something planned, you want to make sure that it's going to fit. So I can see I have to take it almost right up to the end. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this off a little bit to make it a little smaller. Let's just do that right now. Really hard to see in here, so we'll have to do a little. Let's see if I can do straight. Then it doesn't have to be quite so wide, because basically it would have taken up my whole, almost my whole book page here. There we go. That's better. I like that better. So I'm going to put my here. I'm assuming I've got it straight. And I'm just going to start here. And I'm just going to cut myself a line all the way through to about there. There we go. And we're just going to take that and move that down a little bit so we can make like a little slit, a little slot. Call it what you may. And I can see that I didn't quite get this all the way through here. So let's just do this, and then we're going to do it along here. There we go. Okay. We don't mind this ratty-tattiness. That's all right. It's a-okay. So I'm just going to take and clean this up a little bit here, like so. And clean this up. There we go. And I'm just going to do that as well. And again, I'm still trying to maintain my neutral colors, so it can pretty much go into any, and now that I'm going to have 3 of them, it can go into any journal. Okay, I'm going to just take and and so then we can do this. and put that on here. So I am going to take my glue. This glue has a lot of water in it, and it's a kid's school glue, and I found it really cheap, and so I just have to be careful where I'm putting it and how much I'm using. Otherwise, it's good glue, but it will, because there's so much water in there, it will wrinkle your paper. Yeah. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so let's have some fun, because we have this all looking nice and aged and old, and our picture looks so brand new. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. And I decided on this one I was going to put 2 photos in there, because I had this one that's the beach scene, and then this one, which is the ladies. So it looks like they were at the beach, right? Not the same place. Well, this could be the background to this. That's what we're going to go with. So I don't have that handy dandy tool that does the edging on the, roughens up the pages here, but we're going to just use our scissors and be very careful not to slice a finger off or anything like that. I love making things look old. I love the vintage look. That's my thing. Okay. And then we're going to take and wrinkle, crinkle, because what good pictures, old photos ever look perfectly straight anymore? They just don't. Okay, so let's do this one. Same thing. These are really good quality. Of course, it's Tim Holtz, so yeah, it's always good quality with Tim Holtz, isn't it? But I find it's pricey, so for me here in Canada, I have to be careful. These I only got because I was subscribed to a membership box, and this came in the box. So it was a bonus for me, but I've had them for so long I haven't used them. So it's like, my 2025 promise, which is going to have to, judging by how much stuff I have, it's going to have to be a 2026 project too, to keep using my stash. Okay, let's get these up here. So now I'm going to take my, what are we going to do first? So let's crinkle this guy up too. Oh, and a good tear. Yeah, I like that. Make it look like it's been around the block a few times as well. There. Perfect. If I sneeze, excuse me, it's coming. I can feel it. Excuse me. Okay, so let's do this. And this is vintage photo that I'm using, and I like to give it a little bit of that dark look around the edges, just because I like that look. And we're going to give it a little bit of aging in here, because our photos wouldn't be so perfectly white either. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to just go over the edges, just very lightly, just to pick up any like that, you know, just to pick that up and enhance the look. There we go. Let's try this one too. Just ever so lightly. Okay, and lid, there we go. Now with that tissue paper, I should have done this first, but I didn't. So I'm going to take my cheap glue stick. Let's get this out of the way. We don't need that no more. And I'm just going to, this tissue paper is amazing stuff. It's just the right, excuse me, it's just the right color for what I like to use it for. Gives it that aged look. And I'm just going to look around the edges here carefully because our glue is not dry yet. And we'll move on to the next one. Oops. I think that glue's getting down to the nitty-gritty too. And we're just going to, and you want the nice crinkles in there. Gives it a nice effect. Okay, let's carefully rip this off too. Okay. And that's okay. It didn't. If we let our glue dry, then it would rip off nice and even. You wouldn't have those patches, but I'm okay with those patches. Right. My fingers are getting all full of glue. I'm okay with that. Okay. So then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to rough up these edges and give them a nice, well, not rough them up, I'm going to ink them up. And then just a really slight over the edge. There we go. And that just gives a little added extra, enhances the wrinkles. Okay, then we have to there we go. And then we're just going to do the same thing over the edges here. Just to enhance those crinklies. There, looks like it's a long time ago. And then we're going to take our alcohol ink and we are just going to, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my scissors out of the way, starting to get in here. And I'm just going to make a little pool of this And I'm going to stick my brush in there. And not enough. No, not enough. Okay, let's do that again. Oh, I think I did it last time right on my brush. Yes, that's what I did, right on my brush. There we go. Let's just put a bloop right there, just because I think we need a bloop. There. And what we could do, let's see. Let's just fill in some of these. Waste not, want not, right? Before it dries. I don't think there's anything more in there. Okay. I think those look pretty good. I think so. Okay, let's put this lid on here. Okay, and let's get this out of here. And what did I do with all of my goodies here? What did I, there it is. Okay, so I think we're just gonna leave that like, oh, you know, we got tape. Let's put some tape on there. Look, there's a tear right there. Let's put the piece of tape on that. Which one shall we do? Let's do this one here. And we'll just run that through over to the other side and give it a little character there too. Okay. I think this glue stick is just about at its end. Okay. And let's just put it like that, and then like that. Just there we go. There. Like that. We have any rips in this one? Well, we could make a rip. That looks like it could be a rip right there, doesn't it? Sure. Let's take one of the narrower ones because it's a smaller photo. There we go. We'll take this one. So fun way to make use of some more trashy items, right? And then I've got 5 of them, so when I do my mixed media stuff, or my mixed media, watercolors, whatever, then I have got these reusable trays. And then once they get too bad, I'll just toss them out. But 5 of them, instead of throwing them to the trash right away. Okay, so let's see. We got some drilling cards. And we're just going to take and put, oops, put that lid on there. Okay, there we go. 1. And we're going to put you girls right in here, like so. Like that. Cute. And then we should, oh, look at that. The best is yet to come. I think that works perfectly there. Do we have, is this enough? Well, yes it is. Okay, because I don't want it to be, I can take a little bit off of that. So as you know, I glued this on so this is a pocket, and we're going to play with making stuff to put into that pocket next week. And we're going to use mailers. I'm still going to be working with Bookpages because I got lots of book pages, but we're going to add mailers to them because there's so many different uses for those as well. Okay, why don't you want to come up here? There we go. Now, like I said, I'm trying to keep these as neutral as I can. So when I decide a journal that I want them to go into, what's this? What's this? What would this look like on there? Rolled up piece, but hey, is that too rolled up for me? Let's see. I could do this. Make like a little cluster. I don't like that in there. But look at this. Look at this little piece that I have sitting here. Why shouldn't we use that? Nay. But we will use that cheesecloth because I don't like. Ooh, I got tea sitting right there. I almost knocked it over. Okay. Could use a little bigger piece of cheesecloth, but I'm okay. We're just going to put that in there like so. And there we go. So now what I did with this one here, the first one I did, was I did this. And this is an envelope that I turned into a little pocket to put inside a pocket. And there. But next week, that's what we're going to play with, is the pockets, because I don't think we have enough time to do that today. But there we have it. So I have got a blank page covered in 3 journals, or I can put them into, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. They're kind of the same, but they're a little different. I think you can tell my photos how I've aged them. First one, second one, and then these two. And these two are my favorite. Just done, I think they're done very well, if I do say so myself. So there we have it. I will see you tomorrow because I have a special little project that I want to do and talk about. So I will be back tomorrow. I thank you very much for hanging out with me today, and have yourselves a great evening, the rest of your day, if it's morning, night, whatever it is. And come join me tomorrow and find out what I'm going to be working on. It'll be fun, I promise you. All right, bye-bye now.